Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to part 5 of Civilization VII, and we're really close to the end of the Antiquity Age. We're at 96%. There is... It used to tell me what the age progress was. If I clicked on it, does it show me down here now? Looks like it's disappeared. But we're very, very close to the end of the age anyway. Probably in just another turn or two and it will be over. And then we'll get to pick on new civilization, transition into the exploration age. There has been an update to the game. It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. I haven't played it since then. It doesn't do a huge amount of sweeping changes, but one thing that it does do is city-states... the way it used to work is at the end of an era, or the end of an age, city-states were basically wiped off the board and you got a whole new bunch of city-states. Apparently now, after the change, city-states remain, but go back to being independent cities, rather than a city-state. They go back to being in like a little independent, like a barbarian thing, really. So I don't know how this one's going to work out. I'm not going to be able to sort of integrate it in time. We are in the end game happiness crisis, which on the plus side isn't going to get any worse. The crisis is escalated as far as it can. But yeah, having the happiness problems is a bit of a pain. We've also lost Jeanette, which flipped back over to Tecumseh, which is fine, because it's not a great city anyway. Well, it's only a town, and it doesn't have a massive amount of land. I'm not bothered about losing that. I mean, we're still 8-7 on our count, and they will flip. Any cities, apart from the capital, will revert to being towns anyway. I'm a little bit annoyed by this bit of a forward settle here from Himiko, so maybe we need to... get rid of that, but that's probably a problem for the next stage. So let's go ahead and start by hitting next turn and get this party started. I don't think we're going to get many more points towards the tracks. We've already capped out on military. We're definitely not going to get 2 more wonders. We're definitely not going to get 2 more codices, and we're definitely not going to get like 7 more resources. We do get to grow this town up here. I mean, we could try and grab a resource. It's not going to make a lot of difference. That gives us a bit of culture. Let's just grab it. This town is not great, and it is having happiness problems. It's currently on -6, which is not the worst. We could potentially... Is there anything we could just go and buy? Although we don't really have a lot of money. We're just wondering if we could just go in and buy something that would give us a little bit of happiness, but probably not. There is stuff that we could for sure repair, but I'm not really willing to spend money on stuff just now. Neapolis has also grown. Anything that gives you happiness would probably be useful. And one that gives you a little bit of science. Let's put that there. We have to stop just focusing on things that are going to give us production and or food. Now, one thing that I do want to try and do is get as many units as I can into the armies that are controlled by... Yeah, we've got a spare legion here. I want to try and get as many units as possible folded into armies controlled by a legatus, because I think the problem is any unit that isn't in an army controlled by a legatus will lose at the end of the era. We do or did have some more units down here. There's a chariot there. There's an archer here. I am trying to produce a legatus here, which will get in 2 more turns. So I'm going to move over here with this archer and try and get them close enough to join the legatus before the era ends, if we can pull it off. We're already on 97%. Yeah, 194 of 200. Choctaw is on the brink of revolt, which is this one. Again, I really don't think I can do anything about it. And it's kind of... I mean, both of these towns are crap, to be honest. But there's not really an awful lot that I can do about it. Is it still on... Still on -6. There's nothing I can do here to change that, really. So... Yeah. If I repair the pasture, will that actually give us some happiness back? Because it is a happiness tile. It doesn't look like it's going to make any difference to anything. We can grow men the fur, which is fine. This is actually not a bad city. It's not a great one either, but it's okay. We can certainly move down towards getting the silver here, because that gives us gold towards purchasing units. Let's get the farm there, because it's a bit of happiness, and we'll use that to head in that direction. Yeah, not too happy about the fact that this is probably going to flip, but it might be for the best, right? We don't need to hold all the other cities, particularly in this era when we have a really low settlement limit. What have we got going over here in Roma? We can construct something. Again, we're not going to have many turns left to do anything. We could get a fishing key. For one food, though, it's not really worthwhile, is it? Is there anything... We could build a saw pit. Sword pit is ageless, and this is something that I really need to be looking at now. What can I build in a couple of turns that won't get destroyed at the end of the era? So it's probably just the saw pits, really. So we could build one on here. We could go ahead and sort of double up on top of the library here. But I kind of want to leave that slot open because I feel that we'll get more sort of science buildings. So let's go ahead and just pop the saw pit in down here. We have got resources available. Now this is a bonus, but it's not connected, so I can't plug it in anywhere. It's a shame. It should be able to go into the town that is producing it. I'd like to be able to take that cotton out of there and put that in, but it just won't let me, which is a really weird thing because they're both produced in the same city. Surely it doesn't matter that then it's not connected to the network. So yeah, let's try and get over there with these units. We'll get this Legatus on the next turn. And I'm going to try and rush down here with this Legion. He's probably not going to get there. I've got another army somewhere as well. At least I did have. Because I had the one that had the siege engine in. The siege unit. Yeah, which is this one here. So I do have another army. Okay, on to the next turn. That city's probably going to flip. Did it flip? It hasn't flipped yet, actually. Still on -6. I'm quite surprised by that. We're on 98% now. 195 of 200. We can actually grow this town. Can we give it anything that gives it happiness? No. So we might as well go food and gold. Food production in gold for the time being. We can choose a production in Rome. So that did finish the building. We could build a monument, but again, it'll kind of be pointless by now. We could get a villa. Anything that I build now is going to be obsolete in a few turns. Research initiative isn't going to happen either. I mean, I guess I could put in a fishing key. It's not going to be worth anything, really, on this age, but on the next stage it might be. Ravenna, I mean, we could try and get a granary. Let's try it. We probably won't have time to get the granary, but let's go for it anyway. We don't really have any farms. If we get any farms, they'll probably be over this side. So let's go ahead and build the granary over here. So we do have this Legatus now. We're going to move the Legatus over here, and then we're going to put these units into the army. I don't want to produce any more because I really don't know how many we'll get to keep. And yeah, you're going to head down here. Lots of rivers in the way, which is causing an issue. There's a volcano explosion.
After the assembly
There's a
gathered,
civic unlocked.
the elders gave their answer.
There's no new policies that we can get here. Nothing's going to give us any happiness or help with anything, so let's just leave that as it is. So a bit of an annoying fire. Has that city flipped? No, somehow we're still managing to hold on to this city even though it's on -6. These guys are both hostile as well, so we're almost certainly going to end up fighting with them again very soon. Where was that volcano? It was here, so it didn't actually get any of my tiles. That's fine. Back to Roma that can grow. We can now actually get specialists. I'm putting specialists into... You do lose some food and lose some happiness, but it's really good for gaining things like additional science. We could come down here and get the dice, though, for extra happiness. Or we could go over here and get food production and happiness. So there's some decent tiles. Let's go and get the dice. We can always send them elsewhere. We get to choose a new civic. And again, I don't think we're going to get any of these in time. because I think we are literally just 2 turns away from this being over. So I've still got this annoying bonus resource that I cannot move anywhere. Okay, it is what it is. Now I'm going to try and run up towards him with the Legatus. I might be able to meet him halfway. Because if we can save another unit going into the next stage, that'll be fantastic. Volcano's gone out. Lots of stuff moving around. Now if I move here, that should be enough to move you into that. Brilliant. Okay, so again, don't know if that's going to be saved. We can grab the dice here. That's 3 happiness, right? But again, it doesn't affect it because it's not in the city slot. And I can't put it in the city slot because this city isn't connected to my trade network, even though it should be. And it's produced locally, which is the weirdest thing ever, that they can't use a locally produced resource. Rome did finish that fishing key. I mean, we could try and get another one, but it seems a little pointless. The ancient walls are also going to be pretty pointless as well, but, you know, let's build them around the capital, just because we haven't done them yet. Yeah, settlement not connected. It's such a shame that it just won't let me swap those out. It's like, come on. Yeah, not having it. Okay, mesmericism done. 99%. We've got a trade route with Himiko. Her relationship's actually improving slightly. That's not going to make a lot of difference. We've got a flooded river down here. I've got... oh, that's my trade ship, is it? Okay, that's fine. Tree of Fortune. Devotees surround a large tree, running their fingers over its rough bark. They believe it's the home of a lucky spirit. Collect tribute fees from believers. Embrace the legend to attract farmers, or dispel the foolish superstition. Do I need any of these things at this point? Let's take the influence, because we do need to choose another civic. So let's just go and grab, like, Code of Laws 2. I strongly suspect 2 turns is the maximum we have left here. Ravenna is now finished its production. There are no real timeless buildings that we can get here. Again, we could try and go ancient walls. We don't really need them. Yeah, I think we're just going to basically put this guy to sleep for now and see what happens. We're at 100%. There we go. We're at the end of the age. So let's go ahead and go through all of this stuff. So this is the first for me, getting to the end of an age in Civilization VII. The world has settled into a new order. In the wake of unrest, borders have been reforged and political bonds redefined. The old world's models of authority have broken beneath the weight of progress, and the very nature of empire transforms into a new age. The age of antiquity is ending. We get the option to grow some of our towns. This one might be quite nice to grab here, because we can get silks, which gives us an extra culture. We can grow Neapolis as well. I mean, anything that gives us extra happiness is generally good, but science is nice too. I guess we can go... Now, if we go this way, we could get more gypsum. If we go this way, we could get more dyes. Happiness seems to be a bigger issue. 1, 2, 3. Dyes will be within range, so let's go that way. Rome's not going to be able to produce anything, so this feels kind of like a waste of time, but sure, let's do it. Resources, again, can't do anything with them. Town specialization available for this one. I'd like to convert this to a city, but again, no point right now, so we'll leave that as is. And an unmet player has completed the milestone for the Great Library. An unmet player? Is there an unmet player? I thought we weren't in the new age yet. On to the next turn we will be, I'm pretty sure. There's Code of Laws done. Get to grow a town again, that's this one. Now, we're definitely having some happiness issues over here. What is going to be a good tile to get? I guess we're just getting the ones that give us some gold, right? Choose a new civic. Might as well just go citizenship 2. The era has to end here. This must be the point. There we go. The antiquity age comes to an end. Challenge complete. Right, now we were one turn away from completing the tech, but even though we'd have got a codex, it would have only been one.
The land, yoking all those in its path under its banner. As long as there was sun to shine, none could escape its shadow.
Okay, so we're still playing as the same leader. We're still going to be playing as Augustus, but now we get to pick a different civilization. We're no longer going to be playing as Rome. We're going to have some options because we did unlock a few. So you always get a couple that you can pick from, the way I understand it. But we also unlocked a couple of extra ones because we completed some specific challenges. Now we've got some rewards here. So these are these legacy points are what we were unlocking by completing the various legacy tracks. We've got 3 military ones because I got right to the end of the track, and we've got 1 in all of the others. So we do have the ability to pick up a Golden Age one. The only Golden Age one that we can pick up is the military one. So these are our rewards. So legacy option for the next stage, 1 scientific attribute point. We can click on that, can we not? Or is this just showing me what we've got? Because I can't click on any of these or do anything with them. So these just must be what we get straight up. Because I can't select any of these. Legacy option for the next stage, scientific attribute point, gain 1 scientific attribute point. Okay. Gain 1 militaristic, gain 1 expansionist, gain 2 settlement limit, gain 1 economic attribute point, gain an infantry unit in every settlement you conquered on the last stage. Legacy option for the next stage, gain 1 cultural attribute point, gain 1 diplomatic attribute point. Yeah, I can't click on any of these. So, age rankings, legacies. Yeah, we definitely were the only people doing anything military there. Tecumseh was basically going full economic. Himiko was sort of economic and science. Nobody else appeared to have built any wonders. So, view Legends report. So, we didn't do massively well. Okay, continue. No rewards unlocked. Well, that's harsh. So now the game is kind of reloading. So here we are. We now get to choose from... as you can see, some of these are locked. So we've got Chola, diplomatic economic, Mongolia, expansionist militaristic, Norman, diplomatic militaristic, Shanghai, economic militaristic, Spain, militaristic expansionist, Abbasid, cultural and scientific, Hawaii, cultural and expansionist. Well, these are locked, these ones. So it's going to be between... We want to go militaristic, don't we? So we've got 4 to choose from. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Spain is actually being recommended for us. Songhai gives us Gold Bangles Infantry, so a unique infantry unit that gives +5 combat strength on resource tiles and 100 gold when pillaging trade routes. That's very situational. The Tajiro, which is a unique merchant. Civilian who can establish trade route to import resources from a foreign settlement. When it creates a trade route, receive 100 gold if it's a trade route with at least 1 navigable river. Again, very specific. And Caravanserai, 5 gold and 1 gold adjacency for navigable rivers and sources. I'm not sure that's really where we want to go. What about Norman? You can get the Chevalier. A Norman unique cavalry unit with 3 combat strength against slower units and ignores zone of control. That's nice. A Soakman. A Norman unique settler capable of founding new towns. Receive medieval walls in the city centre when a new town is created. That's quite nice. They get Donjon, which is their unique quarter, created by constructing the Bailey and Mott in the same district. And we receive a free Chevalier when completed. That's nice. So then the Mott and the Bailey. So the Bailey gives you 4 culture and 1 culture adjacency for medieval wars and wonders. The Mott gives you 4 happiness. And then there's Mongolia that gives us the Keshig, which is unique ranged unit, has 1 movement and heals 15 after defeating an enemy unit, counts as a cavalry unit, ignores zone of control. The Noyan, which is a unique army commander, plus 50% flank into cavalry units in the command radius, and it has the Orotu, plus 5 gold, restores movement to any Mongol unit at its location. Mongolian unique improvement, ageless, does not remove warehouse bonuses on a tile, cannot be placed on rough river tile or with a feature. The Norman one seems like it might be one of the sort of most interesting, but I mean, Mongolia is expansionist. Those cavalry bonuses seem nice, but also so does this. I'm going to go for the Normans. How many people have done the Normans? Now they've got the Normanites. Land units receive +1 movement when embarked, and land units adjacent to the coast receive +5 combat strength. And you unlock this by playing as Greece, Rome, or as Charlemagne. So we can actually flick through them here. Yeah, we're gonna go Norman. I don't want analysis paralysis of sitting here for ages trying to work out which one to pick.
And the Normans cross the channel of history to seize the world for themselves and hold nothing back.
I don't normally use cavalry units much, so this is going to be interesting. Well, I do in later ages, because in something like Civilization VI and Civilization V, tanks would be your cavalry units. So here we go. So let's have a look at how the world has changed. So most of our cities are still here. Yeah, there was a city-state here that we were working on. That has now gone. We got very close to integrating it. I think one more turn we would have actually had it. All of the happiness penalties have gone. Thank heavens. We've got ourselves a few swordsmen because we got them in any city that we captured. We've got an army commander here. We've got a few army commanders. So there's an army commander with no army. There's an army commander with 3 heavy archers and a chevalier. We've got an army commander down here with no units in it. We've got a swordsman here, so you probably want to go and get yourself over there. Army commander here, again with no units in. So this is the new army commander because he's on 0. This one's got 1 point. This one's got 5. This one has 1. Excuse me, voice is cracking a bit there. I thought I had another one somewhere that was more improved than that. I guess I'll find them. Where have all my commanders gone? There's one that's that's on a 5. And you're only on 1. Definitely had one with more than that. Where's my units list? There should be one somewhere. Thought there was a units list. Now I've lost it. Okay, right. Let's sort these things out. We've revealed the Norman civics tree. Relationship from Tecumseh has changed from neutral to hostile. That's fine. So the first thing we get to do is choose our legacies. And this is based on what we did in the last age. So we've got some points to spend. And we can pick a golden age. You can also change your capital city for free. You can upgrade one of your cities to a capital. We don't have a wildcard point, so I can't actually do it. Oh no, you can. It's free. It doesn't cost a wildcard. No, it doesn't cost a wildcard. And we could change the capital city for free if we wanted to. Yeah, we do have a wildcard. It's telling me there. Couldn't see where my spending was. So we can actually change the capital for free. But we don't really want to do that. So which one of these is the gold? Yeah, there's the Golden Age. So the Pax Imperatoria Golden Age. Gain an infantry unit in every settlement you conquered last age. So that would give us 4 units. And then... But we've only got 3 points to spend here. Do I want the extra units? I mean, I probably do. The extra settlement limit is nice. So let's say we want this. 4 units for free is pretty good. That means I don't have any points to take the settlement limit, but I could use my wild card to do that and take that. And then I could get a cultural attribute point and an economic attribute point and a scientific attribute point. I think that's going to be fine for us right there. So this is Rome. Rome can now build some new stuff. We can get the stonecutter, still as reliable as ever, is ageless. We can get new units now. We probably want to get ourselves a bazaar, start making some money. We could get a +7 if we put it down here on the same tile as the market. That makes more sense, a market and a bazaar on the same tile. We've got some... Rome doesn't have a lot of slots here for stuff, does it? Oh, it did move the capital to Rouen, even though I didn't confirm it. Okay, that's fine. I accidentally moved my capital, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and take something... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go and take something out of here and put in a camel, because that'll give us more space. This is our new capital, so we definitely want to put things in here. We're not going to be really building missionaries and temples. We don't really need the happiness. Production towards training units. Well, that's probably good. It's not really making any gold there, so that's kind of useless. We can probably stack both of these. In fact, if we put it there... Yeah, it's not really going to make a lot of difference, is it? I hate that right-click takes me out of that every time I do it. Hang on. Extra happiness. We've got happiness in a lot of our places here. Can't believe how bad the gold is in the capital. Well, let's put one in there. Let's put one in here. This gives us production. Fine. And we can put this in here. So, yeah, let's put this stuff in our new capital. It's all good anyway. There we go. We're not making a lot of money right now. It's probably because we've got so many units on the go. So we need to pick a new technology. So we've got a whole new tech tree now. So we have machinery, astronomy, and cartography. Machinery opens the grits mill and the sawmill and the catapult. Astronomy opens the Serpent Mound, the observatory, and cartography opens the wharf. We probably want to... Oh, what's this one? All civilian and support units may enter deep ocean terrain. I mean, that's going to be useful for us. We want to find the other civs. We also want astronomy because we want to try and get the observatory as quick as we can. But let's go into cartography first. We get to choose a new civic. Again, we've got a new civic tree. We've got our exploration civics and we've got Norman civics as well. So this one gives us the Mott and palisading. Then this one gives us a social policy slot. And then this one... Where do we get the... There's the White Tower. That's a wonder. Oh, so that unlocks the Mott and then that unlocks the Bailey. But what about exploration civics? Are any of these ones that we think we really need to grab straight away? Maritime law, production towards training naval units. Yeah, let's go economics first just to get that done. Social policies available. I think production towards military units in the capital for every town. Training infantry grants as culture. I think that's one is always worth having. And production on urban districts in your capital, I think, is probably worth having for now. So we get to choose production. And let's go and get these bazaars in. Do we have a market anywhere here? This one is a saw pit. It'll be a green tile, won't it? So this one has a saw pit. This one has an arena, granary, library. Yeah, nothing's going to give us more than a +3, so might as well just build it out here. Leader attributes available. So we've got a culture point. We've already spent this one here. So production towards constructing wonders or culture towards studying civic masteries. think I like the production towards the civic masteries. In terms of economic, +1 gold per age on palace and city halls. That's the top one, so it's the only one we can take. And scientific, +1 science per age on the palace and city halls. Okay, that'll help a bit. Just thinking about this, I can't see how you'd ever get to the bottom of this in a single game. Do these stay with your leader from game to game? Like, once you've unlocked these for your leader, if you play a game again with the same leader, do they carry these over? That is something I'm not sure of. And yeah, command units. So I've got these... where's the unit list? How can we not have a unit list in this game? Because I want to be able to see what I've got. So we need to build these armies up for sure. So let's actually go and move you over here and we'll grab that other swordsman. We've got 2 swordsmen here. We do actually have some extra ones because of the policy that I took. So we'll get some extra swordsmen in these armies. You've got 1 swordsman. You've got 1 bowman too many, I think. I'm going to move you and put you in here. And you can absorb that one. There's my other guy. I know I had 2 commanders that had 5 promotions. So you've got a chevalier in there, actually. Let's go ahead and unpack 1 of the bowmen, and we'll put the other swordsman in, or this swordsman in, when you can get in. There we go. And then we've got swordsmen over here. There's just swordsmen everywhere. Can't get rid of them. Yeah, you stay here for now, I think. There's going to be a lot of units that I'm just basically putting to sleep. So what about you? You could do with an extra swordsman. So let's start moving you that way. You need an extra swordsman as well. You're just a single bowman. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to get these armies filled. These swordsmen I might leave up here for now, but I might try and bring one of them home if possible. So skip a turn. Let's go on to the next turn and see what happens. So it's not just myself that has actually changed civilizations, but these have as well. So Tecumseh is now the Shawnee, and Himiko is Hawaii. Interesting. Choose government. So feudal monarchy gives us, and again, you only get the choice between these 2 things when you have a celebration. So when your excess happiness gets high enough. 20% food for 30 turns, or 30% production towards training cavalry and naval units, which sounds like that could be something very useful for us. Plutocracy, plus 20% gold for 10 turns, or 30% production towards overbuilding for 10 turns. Not too sure what overbuilding means, so we'll have to have a look at that one. And theocracy, 20% culture for 10 turns, or 40% production towards civilian and support units. I think feudal monarchy is probably going to be what we need. We have a narrative choice. The people have long-standing traditions and philosophies against despotism, and it will not be in their nature to accept a king. Advisors say it is urgent to find some way of reassuring them. Place the crown on a ceremonial statue, which gives us +1 influence on specialists in Rowan. Or repurpose traditional symbols of Roman governance, +1 influence in cities. Or emphasize Augustan divinity, 1 influence in towns. I think specialists, we don't have a lot of specialists now, but we will. So it's probably better taking that one. So yeah, we've got these army commanders. We've got units. We need to put them together, basically. We need to try and get as many full stacks as possible. We also need to try and get as many of these army commanders promoted so that we can get the full amount of units in them. Trying to think which options it is. Is it one of these ones? Or is it under maneuver? I can't remember where it is now. It's not Pathfinder, not Amphibious. Or is it Logistics? Yeah, regiments. +2 unit slots and faster reinforcement for this commander. So you need the second unlock in logistics to be able to take them up to a full stack. But that's something that we're definitely going to be working towards. This is a cog. So we actually start with a free naval unit. That's nice. So we should definitely use this to go off and explore. Now, I was taking you... We've already got a commander down there. You're going to go this way. And I'm guessing you probably can't pull that unit in because it doesn't have any movement left. That is fine. So this is almost a full stack. This one is just a single archer. So let's move you down there. You can have an archer and you can have a swordsman. You just sit quietly. You see here we do have a city-state. This is a different one. It is hostile. We don't have the 340 influence needed to try and befriend it, but we'll definitely try and go for that if we can. And then, yeah, we've got a couple of swordsmen up here that are... They're really defending more than anything, but I would like to try and get at least one of you down towards my other units. I think you guys are just going to sit quietly for now until I might get myself another commander up here. And let's go on to the next turn. We're already at 8 out of 10 on our settlement limit as is. So you can join up to this army there. So you need some archers, but you're already next to the capital. And then... I don't really want more than 2 swordsmen in every army. We have a lot of swordsmen, is basically the problem right here. Yeah, we need more archers. Actually, you don't have any swordsmen, so this swordsman can work his way up there. And you go to sleep. And you go to sleep. Yeah, I've just got lots of units now that I'm just going to be basically going do nothing until I find out what I'm going to do with you. Keep moving down with the swordsman. Hopefully not run into too many enemy units. And keep exploring with the cog. See, look, there's more land down here now. So this is what we're going to find. We're going to be able to find new areas that we can visit. There's going to be new resources as well. Because I don't think we had... Did we have the gold before? And Wales? There is definitely going to be new stuff. Probably not on the island we're on. I know some of it is specific. See, look, there's Niter. Some of it is specific to the new world when we discover that. Siege and naval units gain +1 combat strength. Okay, we're going to squeeze out one more turn here because I don't want this one to be a super long video like they have been recently. So let's get some more units over here if we can. Heading towards this unit. We'll move you out. Again, I don't think you can pat them up yet because they're already out of movement. So you can go ahead and skip your turn. Moving down here with this swordsman. There's a Tecumseh commander. There's a scout for Nassau. Nassau is actually friendly. It's a militaristic state, but it's a friendly one. And yeah, let's just keep exploring with the cog. This is just a single island. But we should be able to get over here to the next bit of land. And that's all we can really do. It's going to be a long time before these cities actually grow. Which is a bit of a shame. I mean, we can still build... So, have you turned back into a... No, you are still a city. But there's not really much that I can build here in terms of upgrades. We could get some extra production. But then the question becomes, is it really worthwhile? I mean, I guess production's good on these cities. What about here? Is there any, we could get a stone cutter and give us some production and some science. How much would that cost us to purchase? 580. I mean, we are making 100 gold per turn. So let's go ahead and put a stonecutter in there. There we go. That'll just help speed things up a little bit. But hopefully we grow pretty... Well, we're not going to grow quickly, are we? 21 turns and 43 turns. Probably need to start considering flipping some more of these cities over. Or flipping these towns over to cities. Lots of options, lots of things to explore. One thing I haven't looked at, though, is the age progress and what we need to do in this age. So display 12 relics in your empire is the culture path. So we need to study piety. And piety will allow us to build a temple and establish a religion. And legacy. So basically, yeah, study piety, build a temple, establish a religion, train a missionary, convert settlement to your religion, study theology, adopt and enhance a belief, and collect and display relics. Now that your religion has an enhancer belief, you can easily convert settlements. Remember, you can earn relics based on the reliquary belief you have adopted. Like codices of the Antiquity Age, you need to construct certain buildings like the temple and wonders to display relics. Every relic that you display progresses you further along the Toshakhana legacy path. So collect and display 6 relics. It doesn't tell me how I collect the relics. Belief that will make it easy to convert settlements to your religion and therefore create relics. So conversions creates relics. Okay, so basically the culture victory has turned from a wonders race into a religious race, basically. Okay. As for economic, gain 30 treasure fleet points from returning distant land treasures. So we've got to research cartography and astronomy, create a settlement in distant lands, build a fishing quay, improve treasure resources, research shipbuilding, spawn a treasure fleet. So again, interesting one. Militaristic. Gain 12 points from settlements in distant lands. 1 point for each settlement. Doubled if it's a conquered settlement that follows your religion. Quadrupled if both apply. So this goes hand in hand with the culture. So basically, if we can go and religiously convert an enemy city and then capture it, it'll be worth 4 points. And we need 12 points over there. And then for science, we need to have 5 districts that are not the city centre with a 40 total yield each. Wow, that's a lot. And look at this. There's only 5 points on this track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you only need 5 districts and you'll hit the golden age for science. Whereas military, you still need 12. Economic, you need, what, 30. And culture, you need 12. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Interesting twist that it changes the requirements, but I'm excited to see how that turns out. But that's going to happen in another video. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you are still enjoying this series of Civilization 7. So do bear with me. I am still working the game out as I go, trying to figure out just exactly how everything is supposed to be working. If you have enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like, subscribe if you're a new user and all that good stuff. And if you want to show a little extra support and help me out, I do now have memberships on the channel, so please do consider some additional support there if it's something you would like to do. I will see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.